It was an old house, nestled in a forgotten part of the town, where the trees grew thick and the wind always seemed to hum with an eerie, unspoken tune. People spoke of it only in hushed tones, saying it was cursed, haunted perhaps. But no one really knew why. Carter had always been the skeptical type. He didn't believe in ghosts or spirits. When his cousin Emma moved into the house and invited him to stay over for the weekend, he agreed with an eye roll. He figured it was just an old, dusty place, but nothing that a few coats of paint couldn't fix. The moment he arrived, however, something felt off. The house had a sense of abandonment about it, but not the good kind, the kind that made your skin crawl. The floors creaked underfoot and the walls, they seemed to breathe. If he stood still long enough, he could almost swear the house was alive, pulsing in time with his own heartbeat. Emma wasn't much of a talker about the house's past. She'd told him it was her inheritance, a family relic. She wasn't too keen on the details. But as night fell, things began to take a turn. Carter was trying to settle into the living room when he first heard it. A soft whisper. It started so quietly, he thought it was the wind. But then it grew louder, the words unmistakable. "Leave! Leave now!" He froze. He glanced around. No one was there. Just Emma, who was upstairs, presumably asleep. He shook it off as his imagination. But the whispers came again, louder this time. "Leave. It will take you next." Panic set in. He was about to call out to Emma when the lights flickered, casting long, dancing shadows on the walls. A cold draft swept through the room, carrying with it a faint, musty scent, like old books in decay. The whispers turned to a hiss, like something trying to break through the walls themselves. "Emma!" Carter called, his voice shaking. No answer. He stumbled toward the stairs, his heart pounding. As he reached the top, he heard a door creak open. He rushed toward Emma's room, but when he pushed the door open, it wasn't Emma who stood there. A pale figure with hollow eyes and a twisted smile was staring back at him. It was as if the very walls of the house had taken form and stepped out to greet him. "Leave!" It whispered again, the voice now a grotesque, mocking tone. In an instant, Carter turned and ran, but the house seemed to stretch and twist, as if the walls themselves were closing in around him. Every step he took echoed, but the door he had come through seemed to move farther away. With every desperate breath, the whispers grew louder, more insistent. "It's too late for you." As Carter collapsed to the floor, the walls began to close in, and the last thing he heard was a low, guttural laugh that came from deep within the house, deep within its very bones. No one ever saw Carter again. Emma eventually left the house, unable to shake